Sports Central tonight. New record. Puvitaran of Sri Lankan Army set a new national record in pole vault at the Sri Lankan Army Athletic Championship, raising the bar for future competitions. Maiden 5-4. Keshav Maharaj produced a career-defining spell, clinching his maiden ODI 5-4 to dismantle Australia and power South Africa to a commanding series opening triumph in Cairns. Unprecedented milestone. Mohamed Salah cements his legacy in style, becoming the first ever player to win the PFA Player of the Year, a historic 3 times.
And the winner is the one and only Mohamed Salah.
And Real win. Mbappe's second half penalty earns Real Madrid a hard-fought 1-0 home victory over Osasuna in their opening La Liga game of the season.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinut Varnasurya.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Derana Sports Central, your one-stop shop for everything about sports right here on the home turf and around the globe. We start with some updates about the Anti-Doping Organization of Sri Lanka. The World Anti-Doping Agency has confirmed that the National Anti-Doping Organization of Sri Lanka has been declared non-compliant with the World Anti-Doping Code with effective from yesterday. At its meeting on the 27th of March 2025, the World Anti-Doping Agency's Executive Committee endorsed the recommendation of the World Anti-Doping Agency's Independent Compliance Review Committee to add the Sri Lanka National Anti-Doping Organization to the compliance watch list. The Sri Lanka National Anti-Doping Organization was added to the watch list in connection with the compliance proceedings, resulting from a review of its legal framework. As per the international standard for code compliance by signatories, by adding Sri Lanka's National Anti-Doping Organization to the watch list, the EXCO gave it 4 additional months to execute their corrective action plan. As announced on the 29th of July this year, at the end of the watch list period, the required amendments to the legal system had still not yet been adopted. Moving to athletics now, A. Puvitaran of Sri Lanka Army set a new Sri Lanka record in pole vault at the Sri Lanka Army Athletic Championship yesterday.
The 2025 Army Athletic Championship was held at the Mahinda Rajapaksa Stadium in Diagama yesterday. Here, pole vaulter Aruntavasara Puvitaran set a new Sri Lanka record with a jump of 5.18 meters. He himself held the previous record of 5.17 meters. The 25-year-old from Jaffna first broke the national record held by Ishara Sundaruan in 2022. Since then, Puvitaran is the undisputed pole vault champion of Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, Aruna Darshana clocked the season's best of 20.52 seconds in the men's 200 meters. Harsha Karunaratne, the brother of Olympian Tarushi Karunaratne, won the men's 800 meters final with the timing of 1 minute 48.87 seconds. It was his personal best timing.
Ceylon Golf League, Sri Lanka's first ever franchise model golf tournament, will be held later this year. More details on this were disclosed at a media conference held in Colombo.
Ceylon Golf League will be held for 3 days from the 5th of December. 8 franchise teams are taking part in this league conducted by Royal Colombo Golf Club. The teams are named as Colombo, Kandy, Nuwara, Trincomalee, Hambantota, Galle, Sigiriya and Anuradhapura. The players will be selected through a player auction. Altogether, 14 players will be chosen by each franchise.
It's quite popular in other countries, especially India, England and various other parts. Usually it's club-centric. Wherever the clubs are, golf clubs are, they have their corporate golf leagues, individual golf leagues. We did not have anything like this. At the same time, it gives a platform for our golfers as well. Like this is open for our junior golfers, ladies, and our amateur golfers as well. So I think that was one of the reasons that we felt that it was a great opportunity for us to start this, and we're definitely looking forward to the first edition, which is in December.
St. Joseph's College, Colombo won the second semi-final of the Under-15 Division 1 Schools Cricket Tournament, beating Mahinda College Galle to secure the place in the finals alongside Deva Patiraja College, Rathgama. In the Under-15 Division 1 cricket tournament's second semi-final, Mahinda College Golf faced St. Joseph's College, Colombo 10. Mahinda won the toss and elected to bat first, posting 174 for the loss of 8 wickets in the 50 overs of the first innings. Senuja Vehan starred with a resilient half-century of 101 balls, while Gesundu Bisas remained unbeaten on 48. For the Josephians, Niven Alexander and Chaitanya Kawinda claimed 2 wickets each. By the end of the day, St. Joseph's replied strongly, finishing at 176 for 3 to take the first innings lead. Mogita Kankanamlage and Chaitanya Kawinda both notched half-centuries, with Santosh Jayaprakash unbeaten on 43. With the first innings victory, St. Joseph's College advanced to the finals, where they will face Devapataraja College, Radgama. Let's head into a quick commercial break. Updates from the cricketing world coming right after this. You are watching Other Derana Sports Central. Welcome back to Other Derana Sports Central. Some international and franchise cricket updates are lined up for this segment, so let's get on with it, starting with the tour of South Africa to Australia. Keshav Maharaj claimed his first ODI career 5-4 as South Africa registered an emphatic series opening win over Australia in Cairns. South Africa's innings had earlier started well, but somewhat slowly thanks to a 92-run opening partnership between Markram and Rickleton. They were circumspect in the face of a stern examination from Australia's opening bowlers, Josh Hazlewood and Washers, who found a hint of movement and denied them width. They were 32 without loss after 7 overs, with Markram fairly comfortable opening the batting in an ODI for the first time in 4 years. Markram's 13th ODI 50 came off 54 balls and was laced with well-timed drives and cuts, and would have gone a long way to easing concerns about his form.
Goes to that, lofted over the offside. He's got deep mid-off and deep point, and that'll just get picked up on the inside from Marnus Labuschagne. But it'll bring up the 50 for Aiden Markram.
He moved through the gears quickly and was on 82 for 81 balls, set for his first century in 20 innings, but loosely edged behind against Washers.
Gone, finally. Dorsius does it.
Vian Mulder's 31 off 26 balls added the finishing touches. He ended the innings with South Africa's third 6 hit higher over long on of Dorsius. South Africa scored 73 runs in the last 10 overs but lost 5 wickets in that time.
Oh yes, big one, but has it got enough? It has got enough by quite some margin. That is the way to finish.
Defending the highest total at the venue, 296, South Africa grabbed the match by the horns when they took 6 for 29 between the 8th and 17th overs, as Maharaj delivered a sterling spell in which he found appreciable turn and maintained a consistent line to pick 5 for this 33.
Wow, that surprised me. He might go upstairs here.
Power play.
Oh, is that out it is? Wow. Badly played from Inglis. It wasn't there. It looked like he was playing everything off the back foot.
So leg slip in place. Hit on the pad, close. Out, another. Maharaj is having one of the great nights of his distinguished career. The ball there, right through. Maharaj has his first one-day international 5-for.
Australia's only real batting resistance came in the form of their captain Mitchell Marsh, who fell 12 short of the 4th ODI century. The margin finished as Australia's heaviest runs defeat at home since 1991.
Really close and give it. Bowls him. Might have been an inside edge. They wrap it up, South Africa. They go 1 up in the series. And they win by 98 runs here.
Moving to the Caribbean Premier League now. After a washout in their opening game, St. Lucia Kings beat St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots by 3 runs in a last ball thriller to register their first victory of CPL 2025. Well, with this defeat, this becomes Patriots' 3rd loss in 4 games.
After being sent in, Kings rode on the half-centuries of Johnson Charles and Roston Chase and a 23-ball 46 from Tim David to post 200 for 8. Earlier, Kings were 21 for 2 after 3 overs before Charles and Chase injected momentum into the innings by adding 50 off 26 balls for the third wicket. After Charles fell, Chase and David carried on. Chase hit Dominic Drakes for 3 fours in an over, and later David smashed Holder for 3 sixes in his 1 over.
No, Jace. Oh, fetch it! We're here at the runway.
Pumped. Up and away.
They added 80 off 50, but after they both departed, the incoming batters could not keep the momentum going and managed just 21 from the last 3 overs.
Last ball. Flat slap gone.
Andre Fletcher and Kyle Myers gave Patriots a start of 43 in 4.2 overs. But once Wise broke the stand with Myers' wicket, Patriots' chase got derailed. Kerry Pierre, who had opened the bowling, removed Fletcher and Michael Lewis in the next over to make it 49 for 3 after the power play.
And it gets through the gate.
Holder kept hitting and brought up his 50 with his 5th 6 off Wise and off just 23 balls. He added 77 off 40 balls for the 5th wicket with Bedizi, in which the latter's contribution was 9 off 11. Once Holder fell, Bedizi opened up and dispatched Shamsi for 4-4-6. He hit a 6 in each of the next 4 overs and got to his 50 in 35 balls, but he could not take Patriots over the line.
St. Kitts, a star is born. Has he? No, he's not. Tim David holds his nerve. Heartbreak at Warner Park. They're still the kings of the Caribbean.
Skipper David Willey and Rehan Ahmed spearheaded a superb display from Trent Rockets as they made short work Manchester Originals and moved level on points with Oval Invincibles at the top of the table. Willey, the Rockets captain, was in inspired form at Trent Bridge, bowling 20 off the first 30 deliveries in the original innings and returning figures of 3 for 11 in his best in the 100 as the visitors made just 98 for 8 from their 100 balls. Ben McKennie was Willey's first victim-trapped LBW for a duck, before Dangerman Josh Butler and Rashid Ravindra nicked behind 2 consecutive deliveries from the left-armer as the Originals slipped to 26 for 3.
Second wicket, Manchester Originals lose an important one. Josh Butler goes.
Brilliant, has he nicked that? Finger goes up, the crowd goes up, and so do David Willey's wickets.
What a delivery from David Willey.
Rehan claimed the key wicket of Henrik Larsson when the South African holed out for Sam Hain at a long on for 9 and 2 stunning catches in the space of 2 deliveries reduced the visitors to 51 for 6. Joe Root taking the scream off Sam Cook to send Matty Hurst on his way, and Rehan picked up the second when George Linde judged a boundary catch to perfection to dismiss captain Phil Salt for just 19.
Sweetly struck. That's it. He just didn't quite get enough of it. Have a look at this for a grab. Quick check where he is. That went like a tracer bullet. That is a great catch.
In the start of the second innings, Sonny Baker called up England's white ball Scots on Friday, made an early breakthrough when he had Root caught behind. And later Rashid Ravindra tapped Tom Banton LBW on the reverse sweep to leave the Rockets 22 for 2, but Rehan showed off his silky stroke play in making an unbeaten 45 off 35.
Just gets it past. A decent shot this. Cut away. Clever this. Just
too short and punished leg side. And all the way for 6.
I spoke about the value that Rehan Ahmed brings with it.
Max Holden fell for Josh Tongue by a one-handed grab from Salt, but Rehan and Tom Moores ensured a comprehensive win, the hosts reaching their target with 26 balls to spare to register a 4th win in 5 and leave them behind the Invincibles on net run rate.
Away over extra cover, and Rehan Ahmed finishes it in style for the Rockets. That is a huge victory. Simply brilliant with the ball and in the field to a man pretty much.
Time for a quick break. Updates from the football field, tennis and rugby coming right after this. Stay tuned.
distracted.
Welcome back to Other Derana Sports Central. To the football field now, Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah has been named as the Professional Footballers Association Player of the Year. With this, the Egyptian became the first player to win this award 3 times.
And the winner is the one and only Mohamed Salah.
Mohamed Salah, who joined Liverpool in 2017, was the Premier League's top scorer last season with his 29 goals along with 18 assists. He played a key role in Liverpool winning the league title, finishing 10 points ahead of runners-up Arsenal. The 33-year-old had already clinched the Premier League Player of the Season award, the Golden Boot for most goals scored and the Playmaker award for most assists, making him the first player to win all 3 awards in the same season. Salah first won the PFA award in 2018 after his first season at Liverpool and again in 2022, and this year came out on a top of a 6-man shortlist voted for by PFA members from the 92 Premier League and Football League teams.
It's incredible feeling. I just want to thank everybody who voted for me. Doing that in Premier League and in that age, 33 now, so it's incredible. But also I look at myself now like a guy coming from Egypt and make it to the top level, make a history today, so it's something make me so proud.
Kylian Mbappe's second half penalty earned Real Madrid a hard-fought 1-0 home victory over Osasuna in their opening La Liga game of the season yesterday, now giving Xabi Alonso a winning start in his first league match in charge of the hosts.
After struggling to break down a stubborn Osasuna defence in the opening half, Mbappe won the penalty and converted from the spot 6 minutes after the break to give Real the lead, but the home side were unable to increase their advantage. The visitors had Abel Bretones sent off in added time for a foul off the ball on Gonzalo Garcia as Alonso's side got their league campaign off to a winning but underwhelming start as they looked to wrestle back the league title from Barcelona. Real enjoyed plenty of possession in the opening 45 minutes with lots of slick passing, but their only real chances came through shots from distance, with Eder Militao's powerful strike forcing Osasuna keeper Sergio Herrera into a decent save. All Osasuna's defensive work was undone shortly after the break when a foul by Juan Cruz on Mbappe was punished with a penalty, and Real's French forward stepped up and sent the keeper the wrong way as the hosts finally found the net. The goal forced Osasuna out of their shell somewhat, while Real pushed to find a second goal to kill the game off, with Arda Güler unleashing a shot from the outside of the area which zipped just over the bar.
Updates from the Southern Hemisphere Rugby Championship. New Zealand's rugby union team, the All Blacks, have arrived in Buenos Aires for the second match against Argentina in the Rugby Championship, which is set to kick off this Saturday. The All Blacks took part in a rain-soaked training session yesterday at the San Isidro Club, having handed Los Pumas a 41-24 battering in their opening clash of the Southern Hemisphere Championship in Cordoba last week. That win has pushed the All Blacks back to #1 spot in the world rankings ahead of the Saturday's game, which will be played in the capital. New Zealand Rugby said in a statement that lock Patrick Tuipulotu may not play another test in Rugby Championship after suffering a facial fracture against Argentina as he joined on the plane home by centre Anton Lienert-Brown after failing a head injury assessment. New Zealand player Billy Proctor mentioned that they are planning to maintain the momentum they built and advance into Saturday's game.
Yeah, I think, as I said before, every test match is going to be momentum swings and, parts of the game where you're on top and parts of the game where you need to try and turn things around. So I think we went to a lot of our strengths in terms of the forwards that stepped up and, our set piece was pretty dominant and, we went to that a bit and it worked for us. So, that was one area that we went to get a bit of momentum back.
Some tennis updates now. Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic were both dumped out of the US Open's reimagined mixed doubles early yesterday as the event kicked off with a new format and new fans.
Alcaraz, teaming with former women's single champion Emma Raducanu, suffered an opening round 4-2, 4-2 loss to top seeds Jack Draper and Jessica Pegula, who themselves advanced to the semis after dispatching Russians Daniil Medvedev and Mira Andreeva 4-1, 4-1.
Settlement, Pegula Draper by 2 sets to love, 4-2, 4-2.
Medvedev and Andreeva had begun their campaign by knocking out the Serbian duo of Djokovic and Olga Danilovic 4-2, 5-3.
Medvedev, 2 sets to love, 4-2, 5-3.
Last-minute tournament additions, Daniel Collins and Christian Harrison advanced to the semis, first seeing off Alexander Zverev and Belinda Bencic 4-0, 5-3, before a stunning 4-1, 5-4-2 win over fellow Americans Ben Shelton and Taylor Townsend. Shelton and Townsend had progressed to the quarters with a 4-2, 5-4-2 victory against Holger Rune and Amanda Anisimova.
Well, that wraps up today's edition of Other Derana Sports Central. Be sure to stay tuned as we bring you the latest highlights from everything about sports right here on the home turf and around the globe. Well then, until tomorrow, I'm Vinod Varnasuriya signing off. Keep the spirit of sport alive and have a very good night.